Okay, I am by myself doing a queue with 10 seconds to pick. Thran Dynamo, Force of Will, Brimaz, Thran Dynamo. Colorless card, very powerful. What else is super good in the pack? Slaughter Pact, Oracle Modiah. Crusade's okay, but Thran Dynamo is just a very good card and is colorless, and I panicked because I didn't think it was going to work. I didn't pick that Mana Tithe. You guys didn't see me pick that Mana Tithe, did you? Because I didn't pick the Mana Tithe. Okay. You can afford to waste a pick and cube. It's not a huge deal. But that's annoying. I debated restarting the video, but I don't have enough phantom points that I have to pay with tickets and blah blah. So let's just take the Caryatid. Stick with the ramp plan. And see if we can build some sort of blue-green ramp type deal. Mirari's Wake is absolutely 100% the perfect card that we want to get in my deck. Pestermite's also super nice, but Mirari's Wake is a big deal. Out of these, most powerful card's probably just Angelic Destiny. Mulch is okay. I could take the Figure Destiny, it's also pretty good. I think I can take the Angelic here. Am I? There's not a whole lot here that's very good, to be honest. Ophiomancer's fine, but if we're going to be in green-white, which I presume we want to be, I guess I take the Destiny. Here we want Crater of Behemoth, 100% because he's amazing. Wouldn't mind the Skoos, wouldn't mind Quarter Calling, wouldn't mind Journey to Nowhere. So yeah, I am by myself this week because Oisin has Christmas exams for college, whereas in my college they don't do Christmas exams, so I do not. It'll probably be like this next week again, but after that I think we should be back to normal once Christmas rolls around. It's just we're both very busy college students, so getting together every week to film sometimes can be more difficult than we are prepared to do. But needless to say, you're still going to have me dicking around in Cube and hopefully getting some Eldrazi to power out with this Thran Dynamo Mirari's Wake type deal. Crater of Behemoth is a great start though. Super good. Super good. You kind of want some token makers or something to really take advantage of it, but even by itself, like, I suppose not by itself is not very good, but you want, like, if it with any amount of creature presence, say you have like 2 other creatures, everything gets +3/+3, you get this 8/8 haste, and everything has trample. It's super powerful. I don't know what happened with the Mana Tithe. I didn't pick that. Magic Online lately has been extremely laggy when like a draft is firing, which is why I only got in with 10 seconds left to go. I don't know, you can check the tape if you want, but I don't remember clicking anywhere up here that would have, you know, lagged into an input to make me pick the Mana Tithe, but it's not a huge deal. I didn't get to see what was in the pack. I'm sure when I watch the video I'll be devastated that I passed something I really wanted, but the card I really want for this deck is Mirari's Wake, so now that we've got that I'm pretty happy. This is very laggy. Are we all still good? Is our opponent just taking forever? Yep. The guy to our right is just taking forever to pick his card. That's fine. Everyone's still connected. It's all good. Yeah, I love the Legacy Cube. I wasn't too big a fan of the previous iteration of the Magic Online Cube, like the most recent one. I feel like they got rid of a lot of cards I was a fan of. But the Legacy Cube has been an awful lot of fun, and I'm excited to see how different the Holiday Cube is going to be once that comes out. As for cons, like as deep a format as it is and as much fun as I've been having with it, I find it difficult to play to justify to myself playing cons when the cube is online like this. So ordinarily I do single elimination in cube, just because only this time. Like before I would always do Swiss, so I got all 3 rounds, but because I feel a little more comfortable in the cube and I'm having a lot more fun just playing it, I'm okay with risking not having all 3 games. Now, Cultivate is a very powerful ramp spell. It's just Kodama's Reach. Fleeceman Line's a very good card. Cloud Goat Range is one of my favourite cards of all time. It's probably just going to have to be a Cultivate though, isn't it? Yeah, it probably is. I can see the Fleeceman Lion though. I'm going to take the Lion here. Cultivate's quite a good ramp spell, but this sort of ramp is the kind of thing we want. We don't want to ramp to like 5, we want to ramp to like 8 or whatever. Ooh, the Hermit is a great card. Ooh, the Worn Power Stone though, that's a serious ramp spell. As powerful as the Range Hermit is, I can't pass a Worn Power Stone. We've already got a Thran Dynamo. They're a real, no pun intended, powerhouse together. Here, this is the pack we opened, I believe. It is. There's nothing for us, really. I guess I'll take this Godless Shrine in case I want to go junk a little bit. not terrible. I could take the lot less throw and actually go junk a little bit, but it's not really powerful enough to warrant me doing that. Black White gives us access to tokens kind of deal, which is great with the Behemoth and the Mirari's Wake. If we want to pick up like Sorens later on, that kind of thing. This is the pack that I accidentally took the Mana Tithe in, so Boonsetter's not terrible in it. That's fine. It's a reasonable card. It's not amazing. Not sure about that Angelic Destiny in terms of power level, but I'm very happy with the Warm Power Stone. Now here's the Lingering Souls. We've got the Godless Shrine for it now. That's pretty good with Mirari's Wake and with Creative Behemoth. And indeed with this Angelic Destiny. I'm just going to pick it up. It's just a super solid card. Could take the Mother of Runes there, but I don't really want to. Exim is an awkward card. I'm going to cut it. What do you do again? It's a 5/3. That's super annoying. Court of Calling is a great thing to ramp with, or to ramp into rather. There's some great stuff you can fetch with it. It's just kind of like a tooth and nail type of deal. Once you it's if you've got a whole ton of mana but not enough, but not any of your big things to actually go get. It's really nice. You can get it at instant speed, so you can flash in your Creative Behemoth, or if you want to go really big, some of your Eldrazi. But for that kind of thing, you really do need to have the Mirari's Wake and like a Thran Dynamo out or something. So at this point, I don't think we can pass Eldrazi, because we definitely got 3 of the most powerful ramp cards in the cube, even though we passed the Cultivate. We got Warm Power Stone, Thran Dynamo, both amazing, and Mirari's Wake. In here, we want the Avengers Zendikar, I believe. Primeval Titan's really good. Avengers a little better, though. It's just a nicer thing to go and get, and a nicer thing to ramp into than the Prime Titan. Prime Titan's pretty good, and they work together unbelievably. But I think I want the Avenger here more than anything else. I think the Avenger's a little more explosive than the actual normal Prime Titan. Here, we could take the Garrick, the Ajani. The Ajani's not bad, but it's not really what we want to be doing. I think I can take Master of the Wilds. It's just such a efficient value card, and if we get more L's, maybe we can get it on turn 3 sometimes. We've already got the Caryatid. It's just a really, really nice card to have. Bitter Blossom is a card I'm a big fan of. Green Sun Zenith's also obviously a card I'm a big fan of. Currently fetches is these two. That's probably what I'm going to take. The other card would be Bitter Blossom. This isn't really that Bitter Blossom kind of deck, so wouldn't mind Edric either. But now we've got Avenger, Creative Behemoth, and 2 fetching cards. So now we just want to fill out the rest of our deck with as much like value creatures like the Fleecemane Lion and the Master of the Wild Hunt, and then hopefully some more 7-8 really big cards to go fetch with those 2. I mean, the Green Sun Zenith only fetches the green cards, but I mean, fetching Avengers and the card is totally fine by me. 7 mana 5/5 with a million lands that all get bigger. In a dream world, we wield the Primeval Titan because he goes and gets lands to trigger the Avenger even more, and then it gets pretty sick. We can use the Mana Tithe to keep our opponents off base. We might not run it. Same goes for the Phantom Centaur. We might not run that, although I've never actually seen this card before. It actually seems pretty good. It's a 5/3, and then a 4/2, and then a 3/1, and then it dies. That's going to trade or do tons of damage no matter what you do with it. Unless I'm reading it wrong. Damage will be dealt to prevent that damage removed plus some kind. That seems insane. That just seems ridiculously powerful. Like, I'd pay 4 mana for a 5/3. I'd pay 4 mana probably for a 4/2. I'd be a little annoyed to pay for a 3/1. But if I'm getting all of them over the course of the game, like obviously if it gets exiled or whatever, or if it just gets killed, but in terms of normal combat damage, it seems pretty ridiculous. Mirari's Wake also combos with Avengers Zendikar, just by the way. Here, got the Warhammer, the City of Brass, which you don't really need. It's probably going to be the Sylvan Library. Big fan of that card. Just he sets up your turns really nicely if you draw it early in the game. The other big contender for me is probably the Slockstone Warhammer. I don't think we're the deck for Wall Mongrel. Warhammer's nice. We don't have a whole ton of creatures. We could have some tokens, I guess. This makes tokens too. I mean, I think Angelic Destiny is just more explosive, so I'm going to take the library here. Spear of Heliod, Wolfrey Silverheart is a fantastically powerful card. I'm going to snap it up. 8.5 Tail is also very good. I don't mind the Mastercore, and Rancor's a nightmare against, but Wolfrey Silverheart is the kind of thing that we want, I think. Overgrown Battlement currently is just a mana elf. There's a Windswept Heath and there's a Primal Command, which I'm not really a fan of. Target player gains 7 life, put target non-creature permanent on top of his library. Target player shuffles his or graveyard into his library or search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand. So we can go fetch one of these things with it and then also do some other random thing. Probably just gain 7 life. I'm not too excited about a card for that, so I'll probably take Yosei. Just as a big thing to have. This also completes a chain of 5, 6, 7, 8 if we get pod. Parallax Wave's pretty good. Could take the Isolated Chapel if they're ever going to. We can take the Isolated Chapel just in case we want to play some black cards that we pick up. Also helps us cast Flashback the Lingering Souls. I don't really want to run the Parallax Wave. I don't like that card. Like, I know it's powerful, I just don't like playing with it. I find it really annoying. Which is kind of stupid, especially like in this deck, because maybe we can power out something big, Parallax Wave out there to blockers and just kill them, but I'm getting pretty worried about the lack of Eldrazi we've seen. Now, there are only 3 in the cube. Also only 3 in the game, really, but there is only the 3 of them. So it's not impossible that they're all just in pack 3, but it's much more likely that someone else has just taken them, which is a little annoying. But we're not without big things to cast. I would like some more elves. BTE is not so bad. What is it currently let's cast? Library, carry out it doesn't get us cast Fleeceman Line. Windbrisk Heights is okay. Crows and Grip is fine. I just want the Windbrisk Heights more than I want the other stuff. Maybe I can get in with some tokens or something at some point and get the thing off of it. BTE is certainly not bad. I can use the Colorless Mana to cast this stuff. But it's just not good enough. I'm going to take the Windbrisk Heights and chuck it in over Plains. If we're in, like, we're not even in red, like, that's the reasoning for not taking the Burning Tree. It's just difficult to cast as well. Our ramp doesn't actually involve getting extra lands, so land tax might not be too bad, but don't really want Tracker's Instincts. I'm going to take the Kami Ancient Law for the sideboard. Like, there's often going to be artifacts or enchantments you want to kill in cube, but I don't want to start main decking cards like that. That pack was okay for us. Wasn't amazing. I guess we'll pick Ajani up here. He's not bad or anything. He's actually quite good, depending on like what you've got on the board. You do need to be ahead a little bit, and getting 100 life is pretty silly. Look at the damn phone cam. Intrix Stomp is just amazing. Just a super efficient card. What do you do? Aura, creature, or planeswalker from I'm going to put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. So that even if you don't have the creature, that's a pretty solid ability to be going and fetching things with. Our auras are only the Angelic Destiny, I think, and our creatures are obviously all fine to go and fetch. I guess we'll cut the Mongrel. No one's in red if Lightning Bolt's going this late, but a deck I've been a big fan of playing lately is Counterburn, which is just like it sounds. It's just all the red burn spells, which you can sometimes get absurdly late, like that Lightning Bolt, and then you have to tussle a little bit for the remands and the counter spells, and like literal counter spell, and the mana leaks and whatever. You're playable, but I'm not going to main deck you because we're already at 20 playables coming into pack 3. So I should keep a better eye out for black cards because now that we have 2 black green and or black white and a black, actually they're both black white fixing cards, and the Caryatid, it'd be pretty easy to splash black. But we do have the triple green up here and up here. But hopefully we'll have resolved the Mirari's Wake by then. The other Ajani, a Sun Titan, a Tooth and Nail. Tooth and Nail's pretty good, but I don't think we really have enough. I don't think our things are explosive enough. And we already have the Court of Calling and the Green Sun Zenith for fetching. I think I'll settle for the Sun Titan. What do I get with that? Boon Satyrs and some of these early creatures. It's not so bad. It's also just really big. I don't really want the Tooth and Nail. As welcome an addition as it would be to our deck. I don't think we need it. I think we need more beef to actually cast with these ramping that we're doing. And like, if you cast this on turn 4 or turn 3 or whatever, not turn 3, sorry, turn 4 or even turn 5, it's still just a 6/6 vigilance that maybe you get a little bit of value from, which is not bad at all. And you flash in your Boon Satyr trader for something. Lotus Cobra, Dictate of Heliod, Woodfall Primus. think I need the Woodfall Promise more than I need the Lotus Cobra, to be honest. It's super good. Yeah, I'm going to take the Woodfall Promise. I'm concerned about the lack of Eldrazi. I think Emrakul might be a little bit too big for us. Terrastodon, Summoning Trap, Martial Coup, and Brushland, I guess. And Chameleon Colossus, that's not bad at all, but I guess we take Terrastodon. That is a little much. 8, it's our third 8-drop. It's a green 8-drop. I'm going to take it, though. I'm just assuming we're going to get this high with all of these things. Wall of Blossoms. Nope. I think the Wall of Roots. Personal Legionnaire is just a fine card to put in your deck, I guess. And Treat the Angels is fun. If you get super high on mana, you can make a good few angels. But I mean, it's 7 mana for 2 of them, which isn't even crazy. Whatever, either of those I don't think I'm going to run, so I guess I'll pick up the Legionnaire and maybe cut, like, maybe this Angelic Destiny. Which one? Ajani, only 2 district creatures. Xali Pride Mage is pretty good. Plow Under is really back-breaking sometimes. I don't like this Ajani at all. Of course, Skyfish is okay. I can take the Pride Mage, I think. Super solid card. Exalted's nice. You can get it back with Sun Titan. What do I cut then? Probably the Destiny. What else do I cut then? With Mana Tithe. Hello. I want you. Oof, you're a powerhouse, but I want you. Our deck is currently quite non-interactive, which is an issue, I won't lie. Sphere Suns? Kind of like a temporary mana elf, just take the Temple of Plenty instead. We have another cut to make. Probably the Porcelain Legionnaire. We don't really need it. We'll be skipping the early turns like that anyway. Genesis Wave, though, that's a pretty serious card. You don't need the Temple Garden for fixing it on things. I'm going to take up the Genesis Wave and probably cut. Probably cut the Green Sun Zenith. I just like Genesis Wave a little better. It does add 3 to all of these, which means we need 10 to get this and 11 to get these, but with the Dynamo, the Power Stone, the 2 Elves, and the Mirari's Wake. Like, Mirari's Wake by itself puts you at 10 mana if you cast it with just lands. Oh, real Tooth and Nail, wow. Probably keep the Tooth and Nail in over, I don't know, Stomp Howler maybe. Probably don't need the Stomp Howler as good as it is. You know what, we don't need the Boon Satyr. I'll take the Stomp Howler over the Boon Satyr. Whoops. What did I put in the Zenith again? Like, if you get to entwine that, it's pretty ridiculous. Like, say we go and get Woodfall Promise and Terrastodon or whatever. So we've got 3 searching spells, 4 if we want to run the Zenith. Do we like the Genesis Wave more? We need to do it for 10. Maybe. Like, Genesis Wave can only be done for 11 in this deck, because, or for 8, X equals 8 rather, because we have these 3 that we really want to hit. And Ranger VS isn't bad at all. He only gets our 1 elf though, so I'm not going to run him. Cut the Dictate, I guess. Yeah, because this has to be 11 really to be worth it. And I mean, at that point we'll get some sick stuff probably. If we look at the top 8 and put whatever there's into play, it's going to be pretty insane. But it's just so much better than Zenith. Zenith only gets like 1 of these things for 9. Stop clicking the wrong stuff. Court of Calling isn't so bad because it has Convoke, so that's not that bad at all. We just let this Lingering Souls just for value. It works well with the Mirari's Wake, and it's just a fine card to get us to the late game when we need to get. We might need to run. Probably don't even need to run a swamp. Between the 2 lands in there and the Sylvan Caryatid, and the fact that like we don't actually need to cast, so we don't need to flash it back for it to be okay. I don't think we need to run any swamps to compromise the rest of our mana base, considering we've got triple green spells up top. Brushland, I'll run Brushland. I could see parrying something out and then keeping up some mana with these guys, but Actually, it's a pretty good Armageddon deck, isn't it? I never want to do that, though. I never like Armageddon. I know that it's definitely a real strategy. I just don't enjoy playing it. So, Cube for me is a little bit more about just relaxing and having fun than it is about winning. Like, I obviously like to win, but I don't take it too seriously. So the deck's not amazing. Sort of white green ramp. Got some good stuff, some beefy stuff to go and fetch. Didn't get any Eldrazi, which is very annoying, but we do have Warm Power Stone thrown down in Mirari's Wake. Cold Herd is definitely a very efficient card. We want it more than we want the Pride Mage. Oust we might bring in, but I don't think we have room in our deck for it at the moment. Alright. Brushland gets in, Gauntlet Shrine and Isolated Chapel get in, Temple of Plenty and Wimber's Kites all get in. 3 and 9. Oh. Awkward. How many white sources do 3 planes give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. How many green sources does this give us? 9, 10, 11. We probably don't need 11 of them. Probably better off with that. Yeah, these are triple green, but you know, this makes green, this doubles our lands, and these are all quite late plays that we're going to be doing. So 10 forests is probably enough. Alright, I'm happy with this. It's not amazing, but hopefully we get to do some fun stuff with it.